It's really strange when you're also like defined by people for who you are. I'm introduced at a conference or I see my bio somewhere and I wonder, is this who I am? When I compare myself from the day of marriage to now, I'm a completely different person. I am doing weightlifting. I do like Romanian deadlifts. I am doing... Yes,
I don't really know what that means,
yes.
But attaching the word Romanian to it makes it sound really intense. I'm Rachel Martin, and this is Wild Card, the game where cards control the conversation. My guest this week is Malala Yousafzai. Malala is so famous she only needs one name. You know her because she was shot by the Taliban for pushing for girls to get to go to school, and then was awarded the Nobel Prize when she was just 17 years old. Malala wasn't just a survivor, she was a hero. But when does a hero get to be a human, figuring herself out like the rest of us? Malala Yousafzai tries to answer that question in a new memoir called Finding My Way, and I am so very happy to welcome Malala to Wildcard. Hi.
Hi, Rachel. Thank you so much.
So, round one, memories. I'm just going to hold up 3 cards randomly. You pick, Malala, 1, 2, or 3.
3.
3. Okay. What's a routine from your childhood that you miss?
As a kid, I remember I used to stand on a stool in the toilet in front of the toilet mirror and would start giving speeches about different topics.
Did you really?
Yes. And then in the mirror, I would just sort of like imagine that I am speaking to people and I would just pick up a different topic every day. So now that I'm living this real life of giving speeches at global platforms, speaking to people, leaders, it just feels surreal that as a kid, I would have that moment to myself in the toilet.
That is
and give
wild.
A speech in front of the mirror. Yes. That's a memory that I have, yeah.
I mean, that's a long time ago. So I'm putting you on the spot. But can you give me an example of a topic? Like, do you remember something that you would hold forth on in the toilet mirror?
I mean, in our school, the topics would vary from cleanliness is a good habit and we all should follow. I was like, yes, of course. Oh, what could we say in opposition?
Right.
Or democracy, give a speech in favor of democracy. Kids used to do that.
Wow.
And or why mobile phones should be banned in school. That was a topic that also like came on later.
So these were assignments that were given in school, but you were so into this that you would practice at home.
Yes. So terrorism started in Swat Valley when I was just 10 years old. So my speeches quickly changed to speaking about the importance of girls' education and why girls should be in school. Mm-hmm. So I also remember practicing those words as well in front of the mirror.
Yeah. So it's a wild thing to know that it took root so young in you, that desire to like communicate with people.
From my bathroom to the UN.
Yes.
That's an exciting journey.
Few steps in between.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, next 3. 1, 2, or 3.
I'm going to go for 2 this time.
2! What's a piece of advice you were smart to ignore?
I have ignored many, many things. Advice, feedback. When I was in college, that's when I ignored advice. Because, if I had listened to the advice that my mom or other people had given me, I would not have had the college experience that helped me grow and learn who I am as a person. So my dad just wanted me to study and get the top marks in college, maybe run for some Oxford Union president's role. And
you went to Oxford, yeah, we should just say.
But I knew that I could come back to these textbooks anytime. I could read them, at any point in my life. But I am with friends who are my age, and they're all doing fun stuff. They're going to events, and I want to be with them. So I remember one day in a library, I was looking at these books and thinking about my assignment, and I saw my friends giggling and laughing outside, and I said, you know what, I want to be with them. So, closed my book, went off, and I decided that I can learn better when I'm with friends. This is an exposure I have not had before. So in that case, I ignored my father's advice. There were, events and opportunities where I was thinking about my mom and like, what would my mom say? So, for example, there was this aerobics, 80s aerobics theme party.
Oh, yeah.
At
You
college.
wrote about this in the book. I love this. Yeah.
Yes. And, I was like so excited. I said, like, we should go. But then when I thought about the theme and how would I dress up for it, I said, okay, maybe I can't. And like, what would my mom say? Because my mom is of the view that I should be wearing more of the traditional Pakistani shalwar kameez. That's because the community expects us to be representing the culture. But, it's then less about the representing the culture and more about the men's misogyny who are judging you for what you wear. Mm-hmm. So in that moment, I said, do I want to be myself in this moment and have this experience that any college student should have a chance to experience? So, I put on this like bright yellow top and a lot of glitter on my face and big yellow earrings and put on some sunglasses and a cap and I went off.
80s fitness superstar.
Yes.
Also, I just think people should understand it's not just that you were getting advice on how to live from your family, which could feel oppressive at times. Anyone online was inundating you, and probably still does, with like, why are you doing XYZ, Malala? You need to be doing this instead, and you're not setting a good enough example here, or you should be doing this.
I mean, I have been hearing it almost every day, and what I focus on is my work, my dream for the world, which is that girls should have a right to education. It is hard to process all of that. I think in the end, we're all humans and these things do affect us. So I'll be honest in that, I have been affected by the comments in the past, especially. But with time, I have learned to cope with it. And I just focus on the work that I do.
Yeah. This is the last question in the memories round. 1, 2, or 3?
I'm going to go for 1.
For 1. What's the biggest risk you've taken?
I think the biggest risk would be deciding to climb my college rooftop with a stranger.
I love this.
I don't know what I was thinking, but I wanted to be this rebellious student. Yes. So I'm at Oxford, I'm in college, and the stranger comes to me and offers that, there's this exciting thriller experience that only the most rebellious college students are experiencing, and it's climbing the rooftop. So I remember, like, at midnight, going up to the top floor and then
you did not know this person?
No.
But you were just in a sense of, carpe diem. Let's go. Let's be in college.
Yes,
and if being in college means climbing this roof with this rando guy, we're doing it.
Yes, exactly. Like one misstep and you fall off the rooftop, like it's a disaster. But I made it up there, and I was under the bell tower, and it was such a surreal moment. So I'm so glad I did that. And then I became an advocate for it. So I would offer it to other students, even strangers. I said, do you want to have this amazing experience that nobody else has had and only you get to experience it? And, join me at midnight.
What kind of footwear did you wear for this? I feel like the footwear choice would be important.
That's such a good question. So I wore sandals.
This seems very, very dangerous.
And at that time, I was so insecure about my height. So I'm just 5 foot tall. That's it, 5 foot.
Yeah.
And I would wear high heels, I would wear sandals. And even if I wore boots, it would be with a wedge.
Yeah.
So flat shoes were not for me. I had never worn sneakers.
Wait, so you wore sandals with a heel?
Yeah. Now I wear flat shoes. It changed for me when I met my husband. So Asr, he's taller, so he's like much, much taller. And to be honest, like me in heels and me without heels made no difference. To him, I was still the same height.
Anyone.
Then I said, you know what? It's fine. I think I'm also getting older and I need flatter shoes and sneakers.
No, can we just tell women everywhere to stop wearing heels? They are not good for you. Just own yourself and be comfortable. And don't use them to climb on roofs either, especially Malala. That is very risky. And now you've said it out loud. And I'm sure your parents were horrified to learn of that, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so grateful I'm alive.
There are many things. You have lived through so much and so much risk. But really, that was
the real risk.
That was self-induced.
That was the real risk.
Let's talk about your book. Finding My Way is a beautiful book, Malala. And it is centered around your time at Oxford when you were in college. Because as you said earlier, this was really the first time that you got a sense of freedom and like who did you want to be in this place for these years. And you still had a lot of immeasurable pressure because you were going to college, but at the same time, you were still working as this global education advocate. You were still giving speeches all over the world. And you were also dealing with PTSD from the attack itself. Mm-hmm. And you desperately just wanted to be a girl in college, like making mistakes and climbing roofs and living life. I love that you found such dear friends at school because you can imagine, you do have this anecdote in the beginning when you get there and you're like at this meet and greet mixer for new students and you've just met, I think this is the right timeline, you've just met like this young woman. You're like, oh, I like her. I feel like we're vibing. We could be friends. And then like there's a poster of you in the same room or something?
Yeah, so she was the first friend that I met at college. We were studying the same subjects. So I said hello and it was really nice. And then we were like exploring the different societies and clubs that were open for new students and figuring out who wants to sign up for what. And then there was this Oxford Union stall. Oxford Union is this famous debating society at Oxford. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll sign up. But then on the poster behind, there were photos of all of the famous people who had spoken there before. And I'm just scanning through it.
You had been a speaker at the society.
Yes, I had spoken there many, many years before. And I said, oh, this is a disaster. I just wanted to like disappear. I said, just go, remove. Like, can I undo any of this? And just feeling so embarrassed. And I was like, oh, this friend is going to leave me right now. She's going to be like, who's she? Boring. I'm out.
Yeah.
But she was supportive. She, I think for me, I knew that she was the right friend and all the other friends who I made because they just wanted us to talk about college stuff.
Totally.
And the next assignment and let's get groceries. What are you doing tonight? And it was nothing about, what happened to you when you were attacked or what was the Nobel Peace Prize like. Yeah. None of those questions. And that's why I found those friendships valuable and I will treasure them forever.
Yeah. They were there when you would make mistakes. Like everybody who is in their late teens, early 20s, when you have, in some instances, I hope it's okay that I say this, you would be out late or you would be brokenhearted over someone or even once you took some kind of substance you thought was maybe more benign, you thought it was maybe pot and turned out to be something worse and had like a whole panic attack. Like these are all experiences that 19 and 20-year-olds have. They take on more significance when it's you. And your friends were just like, it doesn't matter how famous you are. We are just here for you through all of these things.
Yeah. So I remember when I had the Bong experience, it triggered the whole Taliban attack.
Yeah.
Visuals right in front of me. I felt like I was reliving that moment. So it was flashbacks. Yeah. It was flashbacks. Time froze, like I froze. And then after that, I started having panic attacks, and all of these things I was experiencing for the first time 7 years after the attack. I just could not process that, I went through all of it, and why do I feel so weak and fragile right now? Why can't I cope with it? And I remember in that moment how my friends, so these college friends, made sure that they were there for me. They would make me feel like things are going to be okay. They even did sleepovers in my room.
Because they didn't want to leave you alone, because they knew that
they
you were having these awful
didn't want to leave me alone.
nightmares.
I mean, I could finally close my eyes and fall asleep and didn't feel scared. And then one of my friends actually suggested that I see a therapist. And if she had not said that, I do not know if I would be in the same place that I am right now. She made me feel comfortable that it's okay
Which,
to
let me just
get
say,
therapy.
you had not seen a therapist in a significant way before this, which is
No. It was
wild.
offered initially at around the bullet recovery time, but I sort of rolled my eyes and I said a question like, "So how are you feeling today? Gonna help me through this?"
right.
And I wish I had received therapy a lot sooner.
But you got it.
Yeah.
You
But
got
I
it.
got
Your
it, and
friends
I'm so
encouraged you to
grateful
get
for
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, it's also the story, this book, about falling in love,
Yes.
which you mentioned, which is a beautiful part of the story, because in that time frame, he wasn't a student at Oxford, but you met him through mutual friends in that time of your life.
Yes. I mean, I was in love with Asar, so I knew he was the right one. He was handsome and funny and charming, and he found me funny as well. But growing up, I had seen girls married off at such a young age, and I just didn't like marriage. I didn't want to be married. Child marriage is a big issue, and it would just scare me, of course. But I was doing my research. I was talking to my friends a lot about this. I was even reading books. I was reading bell hooks and Dolly Alderton and many others. Virginia Woolf. I'm like, give me an answer, please. Somebody give me an answer.
Is this going to be my undoing to tether myself to this man?
But I think the answer is But I think the answer is still within you. And I spent some time with my husband. We were at Lake Placid, and when I had these conversations with him, and when I spent some time with him, I knew that he was the right one. Yeah. Then we got married.
It is a phenomenal book.
Oh, thank you.
This is the insights round.
Okay.
Okay? 3 new cards. 1, 2, or 3.
1.
1. What are you secretly obsessed with?
I'm obsessed with learning languages.
Are you?
I like to learn a new language, yes.
Wait, just like you like to learn, pickleball? Like you just pick them up? What are we talking about here?
I speak English, Urdu, and Pashto. Pashto is my mother tongue. But I have been learning Swahili and a bit of Arabic. So I like learning new languages.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just like in my own free time. I'm sometimes on Duolingo, maintaining my streak. Yes.
Why Swahili?
If you ask somebody, they will always say like French, Spanish, German, or something like that. And I said, I just want to learn a different language. So I was looking up all of these different languages, and Swahili is spoken in quite a few parts of Africa. In Kenya, Tanzania. So I said, okay, that is a cool language. It's very cool. Like when you start exploring Swahili, it's very cool. It's a bit hard to learn, but it's very well structured. Once you learn it, there's some magic to it.
What does it open up for you in your imagination, or what do you love about it?
I feel connection with the people. When you learn their language, you understand their emotions, their culture, and there are phrases you can never translate into another language.
Right.
And we all feel that in our language. And I speak a Pashto language, so there are things I can never translate. But when you learn another language, and you can feel that instant connection with them because you can understand what they are saying, and you could also communicate that in the same way.
Yeah.
It's the connection, it's closeness to people.
So,
Like you just say hello in their language and they immediately like embrace you. So I love that.
Yeah.
They're like, we're one now.
Yeah, right. So you've tried this out? They speak Swahili in Tanzania, right? And you
Yeah, so like we do Malala Fund projects in Tanzania. So when I went to Tanzania this summer, it was amazing because sometimes they would be like chatting and I could figure out what they were saying.
And like do you tell them that you understand so they can't talk
No,
about
you don't tell them immediately. No, you do not tell them immediately. Sort of like when they say something nice, then you can acknowledge. You said, I think I understood what you said. Of course, like when they speak so fast that it's really hard to break it down.
Yeah.
That I understand like a few words here and there.
Right.
But you know, The Lion King, like it has a lot of Swahili words like Hakuna Matata and all of that.
Hakuna Matata. I don't think I can say that.
It means no worries.
It
It actually means no worries. I know this. You guys just know the lyrics, but I know the actual meaning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next 3. 1, 2, or 3?
3.
3. What are you like when no one is around?
I want to flip it.
Okay. I am comfortable, I guess is my answer. It didn't used to be that way. I lived in Japan. Out after college, I went and took a teaching position in a really small town. And I remember thinking about that question a lot. Who am I when no one is around? Because I was so alone. I didn't know anyone. I felt very isolated in the culture. And I was like, I just feel like everything's been stripped away because how much of ourselves is just defined in opposition to other people. And when all those people were gone and I was just like a stranger in this strange land, I was like, who am I at my core? And I've lived a lot of life and I've gone through enough mini existential crises to know who I am now at my core. And I feel content. And you?
And me?
Yeah.
I think I'm usually at peace with myself when I'm on my own. I feel like I'm everything and nothing at the same time. It's quite a fascinating experience. But you know, it's really strange when you're also like defined by people for who you are.
Right.
And
that's what I was
so
thinking.
I have had titles and these introductions that I hear. I'm introduced at a conference or I see my bio somewhere and I take a moment and wonder, is this who I am?
Right.
Or is my experience all that defines me? Is my education all that defines me? Or some titles and awards I have received, all that defines me. But I think the I feel like the person I am at heart, a part of that has always felt the same. And when I'm on my own, I just take myself back to my childhood and wonder if I still connect with that part of me. And there's something in my heart that I think has always been there, that there's a part of me that is like very consistent and constant, that it's been there. So you feel like I feel the connection, but I also at the same time can see the change and the transition as well, and in a good way. So I'm grateful for the alone times I have had, but I also realize that it's more the experiences that I needed. And the college experience, getting that exposure to be with people of my age and be in these safe spaces where I do not feel judged by people, where I don't have to think twice about what I say.
You don't have to be Malala Nobel Prize winner.
You can be silly and funny and you could talk about astrology and you can just say a random thing and people can laugh off. And those things have helped me grow as a person that I truly value that. And I think just like feeling the immense love from friends, from my husband. Those things have actually changed me as a person.
Yeah. Okay. This is the last question in this round. 1, 2, or 3?
Let's go with 2.
2. What is something you think very differently about today than you did 10 years ago?
Because I became an activist at such a young age, I was asked about my opinion on different topics at the time that I thought I'm supposed to have fixed views, that you cannot think differently. You cannot just say, you know what, I changed my mind.
Right.
But I just thought that there was like one way of being a good person. And that means you sort of listen, like that your parents are happy with you, your community is happy with you, and everybody is approving you. And, you are meeting the cultural and the religious and the traditional expectations. That opinion of mine changed, yes. But it changed because I saw more people from my own culture, from my own faith, having different opinions. When somebody who says, I'm from the same village as you, I have had the same experiences as you, or, I have the same faith as you, but I think differently, and here's why.
Yeah.
That opens up your mind. So I have in college, I was meeting Muslim people. Some would drink, some would not. Some would cover their hair, some would not. Some would, mind if it's pork, and some would not mind. Or some wanted to be open to dating. Some were saying, you know what, I'm going to let my parents decide. I don't want dating and any of that. I don't want to have a boyfriend. And I said, this is fascinating. This is truly, truly fascinating how everybody thinks differently. And initially, I would have said, this is right, this is wrong. But I said, who am I to decide who's right and who's wrong? Have I put myself in somebody else's shoes and thought about it? So now I just want to learn. It is truly such a powerful learning experience when you try to understand other people's perspectives.
Okay, this is our last round.
Okay.
Beliefs? Okay. We can do it. 3 new cards. 1, 2, or 3.
How do I know that it's different questions? What if it's the same questions?
You are trusting me. But I promise they're all
what if it's...
They're so different that I look at them and I'm like, oh, I really want you to pick that one. But if you pick this one, we're just going with this one.
Okay, I trust you. Okay, number 3.
They would be also so bad if I made this whole game and lied to everyone. I feel very, very badly about that. Okay, number 3. Where do you feel most free?
Ooh. Do you know, it's going to be a strange answer.
Great.
But I feel most free when I'm with my husband. There's something about it that when he is with me and around me, I'm just more of myself, and it's like a sense of safety. It's a sense of security and ease.
Yeah.
It's just a mix of that. But when I see his face, when I'm doing a serious event, it just gives me an immense joy. When I see him in a room where I'm just talking to friends, it makes me just so happy, and I am more of myself.
Well, this is so interesting because how you prefaced your answer, right? You said, this is going to be a strange answer, but I feel most free when I'm with my husband. And that reminds me of your original idea of marriage. You thought it was not going to be free. You thought that this was an institution completely defined to limit your freedom. And you found this person that unlocks your ultimate freedom, which is so beautiful.
Yeah. And I do want to clarify this, that, I still do not say that marriage is the right decision for a woman or it's a wrong decision for a woman. I think it's up to a woman to decide for herself. I think she knows best. And, I feel more free with my husband. I think it should be for everybody out there. When you feel freer with your partner, you should know that you have married the right person. You are with the right person.
Yeah.
Now, when I compare myself from the day of marriage to now, I'm a completely different person. Sir has introduced me to sports. I play golf. Who would have thought I play golf? I go to the gym. I am doing weightlifting. I do Romanian deadlifts. I am doing Yes,
I don't
kettlebell
really know what that
squats,
means,
yes.
but attaching the word Romanian to it makes it sound really intense.
Yes, I do these workouts and I can do like very heavy weightlifting. I am running. And it's because I remember like he would just say, let's just give it a try. Why do you think you can't do it? He
Right.
says, he told me that men are like not naturally good at any of these things. Men actually go and practice. They give it a try. They get this exposure. Girls are not given the exposure.
Right.
They sort of assume that, it's just for boys.
Right.
So I said, okay, fine. But I remember those mornings when he would take me to the gym and I would just have this grumpy face and I would give him this look like, why have you brought me to the gym? I hate gym. And he's like, don't worry, you would fall in love with it in the end. And now I'm in love with gym. I'm like, I'm going to go to the gym. Like, if you want to come, fine. If you don't, like,
I'll
I'm
be
not gonna wait
Romanian
for you.
deadlifting,
Yes.
just do my thing. You know that I'm pretty sure if you started an Instagram channel that was just Malala working out with heavy weights,
Yep.
it would go off.
On it.
Not
on
that
it.
you need any more Instagram followers, but I'm just saying. Okay. 3 more. 1, 2, or 3.
Let's go with the 2.
2. What truth guides your life more than any other?
I think seeing yourself in others is the truth that guides my life. I took a Taliban bullet when I was a child. And since then, I just have one truth in front of me, and that is no child should take a bullet for daring to be in school. And no girl should be left behind for daring to be in a classroom. And this is the mission that I now work for. I think it's just, like when you go through a physical pain yourself, you just do not want it to happen to anybody else. I have built values of forgiveness, empathy through that. I have become more open to, understanding other people's emotions. And I just, it's just this dream that can this world be a peaceful place? Can we stop wars? Can we stop violence? And can children have a life in peace where they can be in schools and have a future and can have a life that they can live in dignity?
You said empathy and forgiveness, that you've cultivated those since the attack. I hesitate to ask this because I don't feel like there should be any expectation on you to forgive the people who shot you at all. But since you said those words, I wonder what that means for you. And has it been a necessary part of your healing?
So, I cannot process like harm for others. I think that is something that all my life experiences have taught me. Like when you see violence and harm happening to others or to yourself, you just want it to end. You do not wish it to happen to anybody else. And even if it means the people who harmed you, if forgiveness can be a pathway that can make a difference, yes, like I would choose forgiveness. But for me, like the most important thing is the future of other girls right now. So what I'm not saying is that we like normalize relations with perpetrators like the Taliban or accept them. Like the Taliban are now in control of the whole country in Afghanistan. I had a conversation with Afghan girls on Zoom, and they were telling me how they're learning in secret. They are trying to use these online platforms, but the Taliban are still threatening them. They do not allow them to be in a classroom. And it's been 4.5 years for them. They still have their dreams to become something,
right,
but they do not see a future under the Taliban. So
that is where your empathy is applied to those girls who are still suffering.
To the
not
girls,
to the
I
perpetrators.
I want the girls to have a voice. I want the girls to be heard, and that's why. So I'm part of this campaign that Afghan women are leading, and that is to codify gender apartheid in the Crime Against Humanity Treaty, because they are recognizing what's happening in Afghanistan as gender apartheid. That it is a systemic oppression, and that the Taliban should be held accountable for that. So Yes, I think for me it's like forgiveness and kindness, but also being more proactive in bringing peace and sustaining peace and protecting human rights so that we avoid and we prevent these violations of human rights, and we prevent the harm from happening.
Right. Your voice has been amplified. Through their violence, your
Yes.
voice actually got amplified, and the effect got amplified of girls learning. Okay. This is the last
Okay.
set of 3 questions. 1, 2, or 3.
Oh, I don't know. I'm getting this feeling about the numbers. Do I like 1? Do I like 2? Do I like 3?
Go with it. Go with it.
Let's go with number 1.
Number 1. When do you think about your smallness in the universe?
When?
When?
All the time.
Yeah?
I think that's so easy to answer. I think, you feel small when you look around, when you look at nature. You feel small when you think for a second how big the universe is. You feel small when you even think about yourself and how complex we are. It's just truly a fascinating experience, and I have met incredible people around the world. They have inspired me. I have met girls activists. And when I look at the work that they're leading in Tanzania, in Ethiopia, in Pakistan, Afghanistan, Brazil, Nigeria, it gives me this reminder that we are all working collectively for the change we want to see. And we ourselves, are small and we feel small, but when we join hands, we are very strong and we are more impactful.
And isn't that a lovely, I think about that idea a lot, like the smallness, the infinitesimally smallness of our existence in the universe. And humans, how much are we of time? And for me anyway, the feeling of smallness is a comfort. It's it's like feeling individually insignificant is a comfort to me in some way.
Yes.
But I love what you said, but then the power becomes in collaboration with others. Then the power grows and grows and grows. But there is comfort and perspective in knowing that you're not the center of the universe, and that
100%.
things are ephemeral.
Yes.
And they will come and they will go, and you try to love people and make change where you can on your little patch of it.
Yes.
Malala Yousafzai, we end the show the same way every time, with a trip in our memory time machine. In the memory time machine, you revisit one moment from your past. It's not a moment you want to change anything about, okay? It's just a moment you'd like to linger in a little bit longer. What moment do you choose?
It would be my I always want to go back in time and spend more time in my school in Pakistan with my friends, with my best friend Muniba. I remember every moment that I spent there. We loved our time in school. We loved our education. I just miss the giggles, the laughter, just talking about the life ahead of us, and just we know how lucky we were that we could even be in a school, and we would be like eating crisps, and then we would want to play cricket and sometimes like badminton on the school rooftop and just run around and play hide and seeks. I know. Yeah, I have a thing for rooftops. Yes. It's my childhood memories with my friends. Yeah. One time we went for the school picnic, and we were in the middle of the mountains, and there's a waterfall behind us, and it was just such a stunning, beautiful place. And my friend and I decided that we want to sing. and we sang Taylor Swift's Love Story song together in front of our friends and our school teachers.
That's amazing.
And we had so much confidence. I don't know where that came from. but yeah, it's those moments that I want to relive, just re-experience.
Yeah. I feel like Taylor Swift would be really flattered to hear that story.
Yeah.
Malala Yousafzai, her new book is a memoir, and it is called Finding My Way. It's out now. It is a wonderful, wonderful read. It's been a great joy to get to talk to you, my dear. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Best of luck to you.
Oh, thank you.
If you liked this episode, and I hope you did, you can drop us a comment and let us know. We love hearing from you, truly. You can also like the video and subscribe to the channel to get more from Wildcard.